back to our mental health moment. I know it's been a few weeks since we brought you some content. We've had a lot of things up here at Camp V in the Andrews Center, moving and shaking, but we're back at it. And today I introduce a special guest, one of my good friends and one of my co-workers, Mrs. Bonnie Rose. She is the Andrews Center's Veterans Counselor, and she also has an office here with us at Camp V, so we can bring our services to you, the veteran, in a much more friendly place. And on that note, I'm going to pass it over to you, Bonnie, so you can tell our audience a little bit about what you do, some of the therapies you use, and some of the ways that you can reach out to our community of veterans.
Okay, well, first off, I work for the Andrews Center. However, my office is here at Camp V, which is really handy for the veterans to come in. And I also serve family members, significant others, whoever helps out the veteran. I realize that there's a lot of stigma involved with seeking mental health. However, think about like PTSD or depression or anxiety as having strep throat, and you can't get rid of it, so you have to go to the doctor and get an antibiotic. So I'm kind of your antibiotic, but, because our mind sometimes gets a little bit sick and we need some treatment. So I do some evidence-based treatment, and being a trauma specialist, I usually do either cognitive processing therapy or EMDR. Now, EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Quite a mouthful, I imagine. Okay, you got to.
We're not even imagining; it's totally a mouthful.
yeah, it really is. So, okay, the comparison of the two, CPT is examining your belief systems regarding a trauma you had, and kind of looking at that, seeing if it's rational or not, and I would help you, maybe reframe that. It's more of a cognitive, so a thinking, how is your belief, thinking system related to your feelings, which I know a lot of guys don't like to talk about feelings, and some girls don't like to talk about feelings. And that consists about 6 to 12 sessions usually. I like EMDR because guess what? The other one has homework, lots of it. This one does not have any homework. And what that means is that, it has to do with reprocessing things that are stuck in the primitive brain where the trauma settles down and the memories just do not settle right in our brains. And so it sounds kind of hokey, eye movements, but actually when you sleep, your eyes go back and forth, and that forms your memories. For some reason, this is helping to restore your memories to where they're not so traumatic that you're having flashbacks, nightmares, insomnia, anger, etc., etc. I tried it myself, and it really does work. Usually that lasts. It depends on the traumas. Okay, we can go over several traumas. Sometimes your trauma will go back a ways, so we might need several sessions, or it might just take a few sessions. And they usually last anywhere from 60 minutes to 90 minutes, depending on what you need. Also, besides the PTSD, it also helps with addictions, panic attacks, phobias, physical abuse, sexual abuse, stress, eating disorders, and pain disorders.
That sounds really interesting. And we cover 2 different types of therapies. And one question I would ask is, in your experience, whether it be performing these therapies and or being taught how to do those therapies, have you seen a difference in how does a veteran, say a combat veteran, do they respond faster to EMDR? Have they responded faster to CPT? Or does it kind of just depend on the flavor of the veteran?
It depends on the preference of the veteran. I've had a few veterans sing the praises of the cognitive processing therapy, and those are usually the type of veterans who like to do homework, like to see things down on paper, like the rational, and comparing the rational to the irrational and trying to reframe. But also, too, I've actually seen people that had a trauma come out of it in 15 minutes.
Wow. Well, if this is something you may have questions about, you're interested in, you can always call Camp B at 903-566-1010. Ask to speak to Jeff, ask to speak to Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're seeking of the services, call that number or the Andrews Center at 903-597-1351, and we can get you in touch with her just the same. On that note, just like last time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you have any specific content you would like to see, hear about, or expanded upon, email myself at jhurley@andrewscenter.com or casey@campbtyler.com. Thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you next time.
Over and out.